Hello everyone, and thanks for taking some time out of your day to visit my channel. Now I think today's reaction is going to be a very special one. There's been a lot of build up for this, so I am just so excited to hear this. So we are finally at the last part of Forest Seasons by Wintersun. This is going to be the winter chapter and the song Loneliness. I've really been enjoying my journey through this album so far. It's just each track has been immense and intense and just dark and visceral and powerful, and many of you have said that Winter is your favorite track from this album, and one of the most crazy things happened that I didn't expect. After I posted the autumn chapter, Eternal Darkness, Wintersun actually shared the video on their Facebook page, which just blew my mind because you just wouldn't expect it at all. And I don't know if that was Yari or just whoever runs their social media, but either way, I was still just honored that they would even watch my video. Now I feel nervous that they might be watching, so I better watch what I say. But that was just so crazy and just honestly so flattering that they would even stop by my channel. So that was crazy. Now I was told that this album is the most personal to Yari and that Loneliness is about him losing his father. Now I lost my father myself a few years ago, so anytime this topic comes up I do get emotional, so I may get emotional watching this, but I'm intrigued to see how, it's such a horrible event, but also kind of a life-changing event that we all go through, losing a parent at some point. So I'm very intrigued to see how Yari has harnessed that energy and converted it musically. Now before recording this, I listened to those first 3 tracks again just so I could get the flow of the album, get everything fresh in my mind. So I'm super prepared for this, but we have to do one more thing. As anyone who's been watching my channel for a while will know, for very special videos, and only on a few occasions, I have to commemorate them with a special drink. So I've poured myself a little glass of whiskey. I'm going to drink to good health, good music, good people like yourselves. Keep peace, my friends. Alright, without further ado, let's get to Loneliness. before Yari starts singing, let's talk about that intro. Similar, every track so far has started off in a similar way with kind of atmospheric, more organic feel to begin with. And I mean, even if I didn't have the artwork, didn't know the song was called Winter, it still sounded wintry. He did an incredible job of making that sound cold and icy. I don't know if it was the synth parts that almost sounded like icicles or something. I felt like that encapsulated winter so well. He's been so good at that. So many little details that are quite hard to pick up on, but you can hear his thought process when he adds a certain synth noise or a certain detail, and you can see how that represents the season. So that was great. But that riff, I mean, all the other ones had usually quite heavy riffs straight off the bat, at least semi-fast tempo, but this was much slower. It reminds me a little bit of The Land of Snow and Sorrow, that just kind of slow chugging. And I love how many minor chords he puts into his chord sequences. I feel like when I write, I maybe add one, two at the most, but I feel like there's so many minor chords within a sequence, and just that chords alone just screams pain and anguish, doesn't it? Something about it already. I'm already getting emotional just from the chords. You can kind of see where this is going a little bit. Let's not talk too much, but gorgeous intro. That when the strings and everything came in, it just sounded divine. All right, let's take that back a bit. Let's keep going.
I can't go back, I tried. I'm lost in the fields of snow, far from home. Follow the coast, wander the frozen sky, with growing sorrow. Swallow the ghost of the losing.
Oh my goodness. Told you I was going to get emotional, didn't I? I could feel my tears coming a few lines into this. Whoa. Oh, where do I begin? The melody is just so beautiful. It is stunning, and his performance of it, oh, you can feel the emotion with every line. There's so much. Like I've said through the other reactions I've done to him, like you can hear the melancholy and the pain and the anguish, and he does that so well with his screams, with his ultra distortion. But here he's doing it with beautiful, clean vocal lines. He's adding a bit of distortion for those extra emphasis on certain lines. But oh goodness, I mean, again, that chord sequence is just so wonderful, and that the rhythm of it and everything, it gets into you subliminally. It really just taps into something deep, and the way he sings it is so powerful. And those lyrics, like so much I wanted to stay. No, so much I wanted to say. Is there any reason for me to stay? Like those are just, I was mentioning how other songs of this topic can get me emotional. There's one song which brings me to tears every time, which is Mike and the Mechanics, The Living Years. And if anyone's lost a father, I challenge you to listen to that and not cry. And a lot of the song is about regret of like things you wanted to say, and that's definitely something I have, especially as I've got older and I've changed since my dad left. And it's like I wish I could talk to him now, because I feel like I'm a different person, and so many things I want to say. So that line just gets me. That is so powerful. This is amazing, and also just thinking about the way Eternal Darkness ended, because that's such a different song. It's that was so fast and intense, and then the sudden stop of death, and then it goes into this. It's just amazing. It's a true journey, and I love that each song is so long, because there's nothing is rushed, and you get swept away in this. And oh goodness gracious, I have a lot of things I want to say, but not now. All right, put myself together. Come on, Tom, let's do it. Oh. Oh. Okay. I apologize if I'm all sniffly and gross. Ugh. I don't know what to say at this point. Hopefully my expression and tears told you how I was feeling for that. Man, that was just. I can't think of a word to like give this justice. I want to say things like incredible, powerful, intense, like I've said in all the others, but I can't remember the last time a song made me cry like that. It's been a while. Man, how do I verbalize this? I mean, I love the fact that song kind of maintained that chord sequence, that flow throughout. Because all the others had, although they were very well done, well patiently written and composed. Like it would change, but it would change smoothly. But still, each one would have like a soft section, and then it would suddenly speed up, and it might go back again. But it makes sense because I was thinking you can't just keep going up, because the end of Eternal Darkness was just absolute madness. I'm like, where do you go from there? Like that's like there needs to be an arc, and this was it. And this was just a wonderful way to end the album. So emotional and powerful, and I love that it just maintained that throughout the whole 12 minutes of the song, because you just got swept away in it. You just got lost in it, and just Yari just poured his heart out into that. You can just feel it. That is incredibly heartfelt, and just you could feel the pain so much. And God, I'm trying to find the part that was a particular line that just really made my tears start flowing again. Yeah, here, washed away by the morning sun, heard the howling call from the other side, and so much was left undone. Again, it's that feeling of like what could have been if they were still around, like what was not achieved, what was not spoken. That is just one of the most painful things, painful ideas to kind of live with. But I want to talk about like how I've often mentioned with Wintersun how there's just incredible pain and melancholy coming out of it, but it still makes you feel happy. You always feel a mixture of sadness and happiness, and it's kind of strange. And I was thinking during this that in a way happiness and melancholy are, although in a way they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, they're also kind of the same thing. They're also like almost like yin and yang, like you need one to have the other, and positive things come out of the hardest times. And I think about, I don't know if anyone can relate, but if you've lost a parent or someone close, it's horrible. You might go through a really dark time. Whatever you're going through, it can be a really dark time, but you are stronger from it. It changes who you are. Like, I feel like losing my dad like really changed who I was as a person, and made me appreciate a lot of the good times I have now. Like you sometimes need a dark time to be part of your journey and your development as a human, and you need both. You can't just be always happy all the time. No one's like that. You need both, and I guess that's why this is so powerful, and why even though I'm like kind of sad and crying, I'm like actually end up feeling happier than I would from just some ultra upbeat song, some like cheesy pop song or whatever. This is different. This taps into something beyond the emotional spectrum, and it's God. I feel like anyone can. I don't know how anyone could not be moved by something like this and relate in some way to the pain. And oh gosh, and the way it was left with just the sound of the wind. That was beautiful. I mean, this complete polar opposite to the way the last song ended. That was incredible. I can't get over how beautiful that chord sequence was. Everything about it. Like I was talking about minor chords. Yari's very good at kind of hop between two minor chords, like a D minor and a A minor, for example, so that you kind of float around that, and it sounds really sounds really dark, and then they'll finally throw in a major to kind of resolve the chord sequence, and that major chord has so much more power and hope in it, because you've kind of been stuck between two minor chords for a while. And it happened a few times in this, and suddenly just the way it transitions, this is beautiful. And I guess that ties in. You need the sadness for the happiness to shine. Yeah, I'm rambling quite a bit. I hope this isn't weird. I hope you guys can understand and relate. I'm sure you can. Whew. Man, I need another drink. This was incredible. I am amazed that I managed to hold off for so long on this, and amazing. It's so different to like Time 1. Time 1 is a blockbuster and it has a similar deepness and emotion in it. But yeah, I can see why people say this is like a very personal one to Yari, and I can see this, just his heart has gone into this, and it must have been a crazy experience for him to make this all alone, and even to listen to it back. It must be quite emotional for him. It must be very, I don't know. It's I'm struggling to find words right now, but that was so beautiful, absolutely stunning. Yeah, the most different track on the album, and definitely stands out in that sense. It just ties things off so nicely. I'm so glad he didn't try to like, okay, I'm gonna go even more black metal now and just destroy you. As I said in the last video, the last one was like getting roasted in a fiery pit of hell, and this one was, I don't know, this was like an ascension to heaven. It was like a brief encounter of like two souls touching, and like, you know, hear the howling call from the other side. It's just like a moment. It's like, God, I'm looking at this scene as well, and I'm just imagining Yari just taking a contemplative walk through the Finnish snow, and you know, he hears his father's voice in the air, and suddenly this rush of emotions and memories come back to him, and he has this feeling of pain, but also this feeling of, you know, being, although it's all so sad, like, oh, is there any point to stay? So much is left undone. Those things are what drive you. Those are the things that make you want to make the most of your life, and, you know, probably inspired him. I mean, look at what amazing music's come out of it. These dark moments can produce the brightest moments. So yeah, I think I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over again, but incredible album, absolutely amazing. This is gonna have a warm, permanent place in my heart, I'm sure, and I'm just so grateful to Wintersun. It's this whole reaction channel has really re-sparked my love for music on another level, and inspired me to get better at guitar. I'm actually trying to learn a Wintersun song at the moment, and it's really pushing me in ways I haven't been pushed before. And I'm so grateful to all of you guys for your comments and everything, and just hearing, like, I had a look at the comments just before watching this, and you can see how much this song means to people. It's helped them through really tough times. It's incredible, the power of music, the power of the musical community, and what it, makes you great. I mean, honestly, I feel like grateful for life and living in this world when we have music like this, and people like yourselves that make every day okay to wake up and do our thing. Anyway, God, sorry if I've been rambling or been too depressing or whatever. So I think we'll wrap it up there. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you thought of this song and this reaction and everything. Thank you all. If you've watched this whole thing and you stuck with me for all these long ass reaction videos, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Cheers to you again. Keep peace. Take care of yourselves. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.